I'm making a grilled shrimp macaroni salad. I love a good macaroni salad, but these sweet Carolina shrimp bring it to a whole nother level. So I have a pound of cleaned and deveined local shrimp that Dan gave me. I just put a little bit of olive oil on there. I got some cracked black pepper, kosher salt. Squeeze half of lemon on top. Lemon juice just really brightens up seafood, especially shrimp. So for the mahi, I'm gonna use the grill outside, but for the shrimp, I'm using the grill inside. Just to be able to control the heat here, I'd rather do it inside. My grill is very, very hot. These shrimp are gonna cook in no time. Just gonna pour this right on top. Ooh! Music to my ears. It's gonna take about, I would say, 2 to 3 minutes on each side. These are medium-sized shrimp. They're not jumbo, so they won't take long at all to cook. This salad is gonna be loaded with shrimp. Nice and crispy and super sweet. Dan is so sweet, I tell you. He'll call me anytime and say, you know what, I got something for you, or he'll just talk. He thinks about his girls, so he'll say, what's Felicia doing? You guys wanna hang out? That's exactly what he did last week, and that's why we're hanging out today. Ooh, look at that. These shrimp are perfection. I'm gonna let it cool down and get started on the dressing for my macaroni salad. It's a simple Dijonnaise, about a half a cup of mayo, a squirt of Dijon mustard, 1/4 cup of sweet relish. The sweet relish is gonna help mellow out the tanginess from the Dijon and the red wine vinegar. I'd say about a tablespoon of red wine vinegar. Put that to the side. A half an onion. My entire family makes this macaroni salad. We eat it at every function, baby showers, Thanksgiving, Christmas. This salad always makes an appearance. Half of a green bell pepper. This is Charleston's Trinity. Onion, bell pepper, celery, and I got some celery back there that I'm gonna cut up as well. Let me tell you about my friend Felicia. She is the absolute sweetest, and she is a banging makeup artist, okay? And we met on set at a photo shoot, and we just automatically click. You know, just you meet someone and you feel like you've known them forever. That's how I felt with Felicia. And she loves food just as much as I do. So if you love food and you like to talk about food, you are good with me. Do the same thing with this celery stalk. Shrimp is a staple ingredient in low country cooking, especially gullah cooking, because it's plentiful. I come from a long line of avid fishermen and shrimpers. My grandfather made handmade nets right under the oak tree in his backyard. People would come by and they would pay for it, and he made a living doing that. So that's why I love shrimp. I have a 16-ounce box of elbow macaroni cooked al dente. Add my shrimp now. Now we're talking. I'm gonna add a little bit more salt. For this particular dish, I like to use garlic salt. It has garlic and salt, of course, and a little bit of dried parsley. So let me see if I need to add any more to this. Get a little shrimp in there too. Perfection. Perfection. It's creamy, super creamy. The pasta is cooked perfectly. The shrimp is super sweet, and the sweet relish rounds out everything nicely. Last but not least, just gonna add some fresh parsley on top, brighten it up a little bit, and some paprika. I'm gonna let this refrigerate for about an hour. If you want to do it overnight, you can, but an hour is all I need.
Aunt TC's potato salad. I'm gonna go ahead and let you start cutting the potatoes, okay?
Okay, I can do that.
In the meantime, I'm gonna go ahead and cut the bell pepper and the onions.
So I've cooked 10 pounds of red potatoes and I let it cool.
I am cutting up these bell peppers. I like to dice them kind of small, you know, so every little bite of potato salad, you can actually have some peppers in there.
You got some little nice uniform pieces, okay.
Actually, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna put those peppers in here.
Okay.
Keep cutting that.
Okay. I've never had potato salad that tastes as good as hers. I mean, she is the salad queen. She can cook her behind off, okay? Now, what's the secret in your potato salad? Why can't my potato salad taste like this?
Well, Kardea, you know, at my age, I got what you call old love. That means that there is no recipe for this stuff. You just make up what you do and you go along with it. And you know, You know, even when my grandmother used to make the potato salad, it was just the potato, mayonnaise, and the eggs. A little salt and pepper. But as the years go by, you know, we start adding different things in there. You know what? You have to learn how to make mistakes in order to get what you really want to do right.
How many eggs you got?
I have a dozen of eggs.
Oh, okay. And you leave the yolk in, right?
I sure do.
Okay.
You want to leave the yolk in.
Oh, is that the secret ingredient?
Kardea, keep cutting. Alrighty, now that you've got those potatoes cut, here's what we're gonna do.
Oh my God. Look at my grandmother. She is ready for the reunion.
Yes, she is.
Joe is bringing the fashion. Oh my goodness, everybody is so excited. Oh my gosh, they're showing me their outfits.
I can't wait. And it's going to look like I'm adding like a lot of mayonnaise, but the reason why I'm adding so much mayonnaise is because we have a lot of potatoes.
Looks about like 3 cups.
A little bit of garlic in here. This is some onion powder. Don't need a whole lot. And I love smoked paprika. So now, and here's some salt. Don't want to add too much salt. Let's put some pepper in. I'm going to stir all this up here.
I like the way Aunt TC uses another bowl to mix ingredients to make sure that it comes together equally and so it's evenly distributed throughout the potatoes. Is there anything I can help you with?
You know what,
I mean,
Kardea,
I can sit back and watch.
No, you know what I want you to do? I want you to grab the mustard.
Okay.
Let's open up this mustard because we're going to, in just a minute, we're going to squirt some of that mustard in here.
All right, so in Southern potato salad, we like to use mustard. Now, there's variations of potato salad. You can do a red potato salad with just sour cream, a little bit of chives, but in the South, we are known for using mustard in our potato salad. Am I right?
Yes.
Okay.
And what we're going to do, we're going to dump all this stuff in the potato. That's going to taste real good.
What I'm going to do, because everybody's a little greedy when they come. I'm gonna put a little bowl to the side for myself. You know, it always tastes better the next
we do
day.
have a lot of people coming now.
They won't know what's missing.
So I'm gonna add this. I'll give it about maybe three spoons. Okay.
And that is sweet.
Yes,
sweet
I
roast.
love the sweet taste. I love it.
So we gotta get it in a decorative bowl.
Even though this potato pot is cute.
Ooh. That's good to me.
And here's the little bit that we left behind for you.
Scrape.
Now here's what I like to do. Mold that really good together right there and lump that. And we're looking at serving this thing right here. Isn't that pretty? So we're gonna just sprinkle a little paprika on top. The cake spoon.
I'm ready to party.
Yes, you are. That's Aunt TC's potato salad. How you like me now?
Too cute. You are too cute. I am making a summery and simple pasta salad. I have some tricolor pasta here that I've already cooked and drained. I'm cutting up some summer squash, which is really beautiful and tasty around this time of year. I'm just gonna throw in some tomatoes, olives, and a little bit more of that Italian dressing I used for the sliders. And so now I'm just dicing my zucchini. I have some yellow squash right there as well. And another great thing about this pasta salad is that you can put whatever veggie you like in there. Oh my gosh, my grandmother. I pray that when I'm her age, I'm just as vibrant and lively and active as she is. I always talk about her because if I go over her house at like 8 a.m. or 9 a.m., she's like fully dressed, ready to go. My grandmother never sleeps in, and my grandma has her routine, Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. She still drives herself to the pool. She gets all dressed up to go there. Let me tell you something, my grandma is one jazzy lady. She will put on her clothes, and it's so funny. I know when she really likes her outfit because she'll come out the room and she'll, Grandma, do you like it? I think so. When my grandma enters a room, everyone's face just lights up. Everyone loves Joe. And my grandma actually used to be a really big party host back in New York when she lived in New York. Everyone loved going to her house for parties because they knew Joe was gonna make some good old Southern food. Mm-hmm. All right, so all of my veggies are diced up. Got some tricolor spiral pasta that I boiled till it was al dente. You want it to still kind of have a bite to it. I'm gonna add my veggies. All right, I have some black olives and some sliced cherry tomatoes. Taking that Italian dressing that I used earlier for the sliders, just adding it directly to the pasta. Super simple veggie pasta salad. And easy to make in the summertime because you really don't want to spend a lot of time in that hot kitchen. The perfect dish for that. A little salt and freshly cracked black pepper. The great thing about pasta salads, the longer it sits, the better it gets. So you can actually make this a day before or even 2 days in advance. And as it sits in that Italian dressing, it's just gonna soak up all of that flavor. All right, I'm just gonna give it a mix and this pasta salad is done. If you want, you can also add some cheese to this. Feta would be really good in here. You can add more Parmesan. Again, you can add any protein that you want if you want to add a protein. It's the summertime, so if you're anywhere near the water, shrimp will be so good in this. But this is the perfect side for those skewers. Okay, give it a taste. Get some of that zucchini in there and get a little squash. That's good. It's so fresh. It's not a heavy salad. You know, in the summertime, you just don't want to eat heavy. I don't know about you, but for me, when it's hot outside, I don't want anything that's gonna make me feel icky. This is a great pasta salad if you just want something that's refreshing and tasty. And it's a great side. I'm finished with this, so the last thing I gotta do is make something sweet. I'm actually making a Southern classic. You probably heard of it, ambrosia salad. Oh, this is gonna be cool. I'm taking it way back. I'm making ambrosia salad. When's the last time you heard that? So I have 6 ears of corn here. So the corn, I'm gonna make my cream base, 1.5 cups mayo. Just eyeballing this. Nicole always ordered the Mexican street corn when we went to Mexican restaurants. So when she sees this, I know she's gonna freak out. Add in 1 teaspoon garlic powder, 2 teaspoons of chili powder, 1/2 teaspoon of cumin, which is gonna add that smokiness that is typical in Mexican cuisine, and 1/2 teaspoon of salt. Make sure that it's nice and fully incorporated. So I'm gonna use this in multiple ways. I'm gonna brush it on the corn, then I'm gonna use this as my salad dressing. Ooh, it smells so good. I smell the smokiness. So I met Nicole in 2nd grade, and I actually ended up moving next door to Nicole a few months later. We met Kimiko in the 3rd grade when she moved from New York to down south. So we all kind of had this little connection, and we've been inseparable since. But of course, as you get older, things change. Kimiko ended up moving back to New York. Nicole's married now, and I'm just out here cooking. The corn are nice and covered. I got my grill hot. I'm gonna put them right on the grill. Get that sizzle going. Oh yeah. I love grilled corn, and I really love a Mexican grilled corn. It is super flavorful. So this is gonna take about 5 or 6 minutes per side. I'm gonna add a few more ingredients to that bowl to get my salad going. This cream is great as it is, but I'm gonna add some green onions, some cilantro, and the juice of 2 limes. The juice of these limes are gonna loosen up that cream mixture. I mean, I love Mexican food, and I can only imagine how great the food would be if I actually go there. All right, so that corn is popping. That means you need to turn it. It looks kind of burnt, but it's not. You want that char because it's gonna be so beautiful in that salad. Ooh, that's pretty. And it smells even better. Ooh. That needs 5 to 6 more minutes. While that's going, I'm gonna finish up on my dressing. Hot sauce. That's definitely not something traditionally Mexican, but if I'm making a grilled corn salad, I like something spicy, and I mean, I'm from the South, I gotta use hot sauce. And I've got some cotija cheese. It's very similar to Italian Parm. It's sharp, crumbly, and it's super salty. You can also use fresca cheese, which is less sharp and less salty. That red color, the pop of green from the green onions and the cilantro, smells amazing. My corn is definitely done. Got some nice char on both sides. I can eat it right off the cob, just as is. And I'm gonna show you an easier way to get the corn off the cob. I got 2 bowls. Turn the smaller bowl over. Place the corn on top. Look at that. See how easy that is? Mexico has always been appealing to us. I know for me, it's the culture, it's the food, it's the vibrancy. It just seems like a really fun place. I mean, I love some really good Mexican food. That's my last ear of corn. Take this bowl out. This smells delicious already. So I'm adding the corn, where I have the mayo, the hot sauce, the chili powder, the cumin, the garlic, cilantro, the green onions. It's a fiesta in a bowl. I am getting started on my chicken salad sandwich. I have seasoned both sides of this chicken breast with a little salt and pepper and some olive oil. I'm gonna roast it at 400 degrees for about 7 minutes. All right, so I have some pecans here that I'm going to roughly chop. The pecans is gonna add lots of texture and a little nuttiness. I have some fresh tarragon here, a little earthiness, and I'm also adding a little bit more texture with some celery. All right, so it's been about 7 minutes. It's time for the chicken to come out. I'm gonna add those grapes. That not only adds a little bit more texture in it, but it's sweet. I like a sweet and salty chicken salad. Red grapes works better with this recipe versus your green grapes. For me, I don't find a lot of sweet green grapes. As the grapes roast in the oven, they're gonna get nice and blistered and they're gonna release some of that natural sugar. Pop this back in the oven and let it roast for an additional 10 minutes. All right, so for the dressing, I have a little sour cream, okay, for a little tanginess, some mayo, a little Dijon mustard, and some freshly grated garlic. Give it a mix. I'm gonna add a little salt and pepper. And after I add the chicken and all of the other ingredients, I'm gonna taste and add more salt and pepper if I need it. All right, so my chicken and grapes are done. Nice and roasted, and the grapes have blistered. I'm gonna use a fork and shred my chicken breast, and it should just easily shred. So I don't completely shred all of my chicken. I like some thicker pieces. So I shred just enough. And the great thing about this recipe is that it travels well. So if you have like a picnic or you want to take it to one of your friends or a party, it's one of those good recipes for that. Back to the bowl with my dressing. I'm going to add that chicken, those roasted grapes, my chopped celery, tarragon, pecans. This is a chunky chicken salad. And I've also chopped some shallots. And as I mix my chicken with the dressing and all of my other ingredients, what I'm gonna do is slightly smush some of the grapes. So you won't have, really big pieces of grapes in there. All right, so I'm gonna assemble my sandwiches now. I have some toasted and buttered sourdough. I have some butter lettuce here. Take that chunky chicken salad, place it down on one side of your bread. I'm gonna take about 2 of these butter leaves, squish it together. All right, let me give it a taste. The chicken is juicy, the grapes are juicy, delicious.